Hi, gonna have a little look at the footsie and scruffy madness. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers and I am the overgrown child that is the scruffy trader. I wonder what gives you that idea. I have all sorts on my desk. You name it, it's on here. But I need them, and I do need them. If you look at the videos, you'll understand why. Because I'm not a believer of dipping in and out of the markets. I think you should only trade once, twice a day and look for a good solid trade and then manage it. And that's kind of what the scruffy madness is. And I'll show you that in just a second. And today is one of those situations where it really does come into play. So let me just pull my screens up and I'll show you what it is that I'm looking at. Today, it's the footsie. Okay, so it's an interesting market today. I'm not a lover of trading on a Monday, but if I open my mouth, I do feel I should back it up. And that's what I did this morning. If you bear with me just a second. There we go. We talking indices this morning, and I shouted out the footsie, okay, and rightly sure what time was that? There you go, just before 10 o'clock. All right, so it's something that I've called out, and what this is just a Discord group for the Scruffy Squad. And every morning I work the strengths out, do a little video of the market, things that might interest, and reason behind the strengths, etc. Strengths are really useful. They don't give direction, but they do give movement. And today is one of those strange days where the Forex market is pretty flat. So I'm looking at the indices, which is why when I go to the trade ideas, that is exactly the trade idea today. Okay, so let me get rid of this and have a look at what this trade idea is. Well, it's very simple. The whole process of what I was talking to the guys earlier on about was levels and how important levels are and how price reacts at them. You see, I'm a great believer that levels are the foundation of any trade. And like anything that has a foundation, a house, you need to build your walls, you need to put a roof on. And that is what we're looking at right now. Now, it's about ready to pop. I marked in a zone where I was going to be interested. I don't normally trade through levels. I prefer to trade between them. However, in this case, I think it's coming back on itself. It has breached the level that I was interested in, which is here. And it's now bouncing on this level. And that level is going to be my entry point. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pop an order in now, but I'm only going to put one order in. Why? Because it's on a level. I'm only going to have 10 pips on. But then I have what's called Scruffy Madness. Scruffy Madness is part of the sheets that I use, which is this one. Now, if I'm in it sort of £5 a point, it'll break it up for me. Well, today I'm at £20 a point. So I'm prepared to break this 4 times. Okay. And what it's looking at is this. So if I pull that down to 4, just a sec, across, copy that into 4, there we are. It's going to give me better pricing, and it's also going to work out what the break even is, you name it. And it's a sheet that I use all the time. It'll also tell me what levels it is, but basically it's telling me what the steps are. Okay, so it's every 13. This is going to step. So it moves 13 pips against me, I put another order in. All right. So, but first of all, it has to trigger. So I measure up. Rid of that. Again, how daft am I? How daft am I? That's what I want. I've done it again. That's what I want. So from there, 13 pips up is going to be the next order. Just put a mark in there. So I'm going to stage there. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I was asked, where do I put my staging points and how do I do it? I work it out off a sheet. And it just tells me my next order is going to be on that level. If it breaches that level, the next one will be up here, which is kind of there. And if it goes past that, well, I'm wrong and I'm out. So what is this actually telling me? Well, it means I work on 2 structure points for my stops. Well, there's one. The next one is kind of this. So I want it out of the noise. So it's there. So it's going to be up here. Well out of the noise. All right. So it's one structure point. Second one is around this area. There's nothing there, which is why I've got nothing to work on. If I drop it back to an hour, I'll kind of show you what I mean. There's your first one that we've just been seeing. As I was trying to badly explain, in the middle of here is the second structure point. All right, 1, 2. So the stop's up there. I need to stage into that. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. All right. A lot of people disagree with the way that I do my stops. Personally, I don't care what they think. I do this to be paid. You know, and I know tight stops don't work. So what I do is I put my stop out of the noise at a level that is, let's just call it painful, because it is. And if it's hit, it hurts, but it doesn't kill me. However, because I'm staging in on the way up, it negates the risk. It also negates the pain. Because what happens is this might go into a loss, you know, and it comes all the way up to here. I'm sitting on heat. That triggers, and that only gets back to here. I can pull the plug on this. It'll definitely pay that off and pay me at the same time. Likewise, if it goes and bounces off this, it just has to get to there and it'll pay me. That's the theory. Okay, working on a 10 pip. I could have put in 2 orders, one at 5, one at 10. I still might actually, because I think that might actually work. But I'm only working on four staging points. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can put an extra order in if I so choose. Let's have a look. In fact, we will. We'll just put a quick scalp on that because that's under there. Just for it to get to that level. It's really just, so that's kind of tipping the balance, shall we say. Now the idea with these is up, in, out. And that's it. And the idea of today's trade is just to show you how relatively simple trading is, working with levels. You know, I do have indicators on this side that I do look at. But an indicator is exactly what it says it is. It's an indication. It's not a definitive. All I use indicators for is to guide a trade. In other words, is it ready? You know, is it time to look at the chart? And that's it. You know, and you've seen my windows of the world before where I have multiple markets altogether. And it's because I'm just looking for a certain set of conditions. And across the 8 that I look at on a daily basis, at least one of them will give me an opportunity. And that's all I need, just one opportunity. And it's literally as simple as that, guys. You know, I don't want to be in and out of the markets all the time. The more I'm in the markets, the more I'm at risk. The more I'm at risk, the more chance I have of being damaged. And that's something that I just don't want. Okay. Whereas if I do it my way, I'm consistent and I'm paid. Simple as that. And I don't look for millions either. If I can get a couple £100 a day, it pays me quite well. And that's exactly what you look at all the time. And like I said, some people disagree with me, that's fine. Just don't watch me. Watch this guy.
You ding dong!
Give it to me again.
You ding dong!
Sorry. You know, it's a fable. It really is land of make-believe. Trading is very hard. You have to be quite disciplined in what you do. And if you think it out, a little bit like what I've just shown you, solid level to get in, simple target that's realistic. You know, here, price is contained between 2 levels, has a pivot point in the middle. That pivot comes from a higher time frame as well, which gives you a good bias. Staging points to get you out of trouble, these bits here, and all as part of a plan, and you'll be fine. But if you're going in just with an itchy trigger finger, thinking, right, I'm on a 5-minute chart, I'm going to be in, I'm going to be out, I'm going to be in, I'm going to be out, you're going to find yourself on the wrong side of profit. You know, you'll be in the loss side, and it's nothing more than gambling. And it's all it is. Trading should be treated with the utmost respect. And the quickest way for it to be humbling is when it takes money off you. And if you're just diving in, it will take money off you. Simple as that. I go into the markets expecting to be wrong, because a lot of the time I am. The difference is I know how to manage out of being wrong, and that's what my staging points are for. Because even if I can get it to retrace a little bit, which it must, because anything that goes up must come down, get me out of trouble. And that's what makes me consistent. You know? And it's probably why I don't conform to the normal ratios. You know, my stops and my profits are completely separate. Anyway, rather than bang on, I'm going to enjoy the coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And he does today, because he's meant to be on holiday today. But I'm not. I'm here, because they won't let us on an aeroplane as yet. And Facebook kindly showed me a picture of me in Florida 2 years ago. Lovely. Thanks for that, Facebook.
Matron, take them away.
Because that's exactly where I wanted to be. But hey ho. Let's play this out, and I'll come back to you at the end. And that was that, guys. Bang in. Can't complain. So what is it that I was looking at, and how did it work? Well, it's very simple. It's levels to levels. If you look at it, it hardly went against me. Yeah, pushed up a little bit, came back down. The overall idea is to get to here. But I just wanted to show you a quick trade. And it's complete. Nice and simple. There you go. So it's 10 past 11 now. So an hour and a bit's work, 75 quid. I can live with that. And all I'll do now, if I'm to continue throughout the day, is just let that move back to here, drop another order in to come back down to there. That's if I so wish. But it's done what it needed to do. All I need to do now is just keep an eye on indications and let it reset. Once it's reset, back in the market, job's done. And that's all you need to do, guys. Just once, twice a day. Might take it another hour or two to reset. Happy days. So it was a very, very quick video. It was really just to show you the importance of levels, give you an idea of what I do on a daily basis. And if you like that sort of stuff, by all means subscribe. Talk about it all the time, the Scruffy Squad, by all means check that out. Or if you're just looking for some advice, contact me. I respond to every single email that comes through, and you'll find all my details in the description below. Okay. So as always, guys, you love, the money will follow. See you all in the next one.